Hello and welcome to video lecture series in sociology. Today we are going to discuss chapter 7 titled as Mass Media and Communications from your textbook Social Change and Development in India. For understanding, we have divided this chapter into 6 parts. So far in other parts we have discussed about mass media and mass communications. We have discussed about traditional and modern means of mass communication. We have discussed features, functions and role of mass media in modern society. To some extent, we have also discussed the positive developments and negative trends because of the development of mass media and development of mass media and communication after independence. In this particular lecture, we will discuss further about the mass media and communication and how it has responded to social change in the last 2 decades, particularly the era of globalization. As you are aware that contemporary mass media is highly international in character. Mass media, including print and electronic, always had international dimension and appeal, like reporting news and stories from all over the world on TV, distribution of film and music in international markets, etc. But until some couple of decades back, the mass media operated within the specific national boundaries and was governed by domestic market forces. Before 1990s, the mass media in most of the countries of the world operated in accordance with the rules and regulations as laid down by the respective governments. The nature and content of mainstream media was national in scope and focus. But in the last 2 decades, mass media and communications have become increasingly global in nature. They are stretching beyond the boundaries of the nation state and targeting audience at the global level. Mass media has changed massively and the industry has undergone radical transformation. Nature, structure and content of mass media is no longer tied to national markets, audiences or boundaries. It has given way to global forces to determine nature and content, organization of media industry, new technology and the audience it caters to. Moreover, different forms of media earlier were also differentiated from one another. They operated independent of each other, such as print media operated independent of radio, television, cinema or any other means of mass communication. But with changing times, the different forms of media which were distinct from one another have merged together, and the result is that a fusion of forms of media is emerging. What is meant by fusion of forms? Let us discuss this with one example. All of us enjoy listening to some type of music or songs. The global music industry currently is a complex network of music production companies, factories producing CDs, cassettes, the distribution chains, music shops and sales staffs. Development in technology is offering us more sophisticated ways to enjoy music and distribute it globally now. So, you can enjoy music on stereo system, on your cassettes or CDs. On radio also, you can watch your favorite music on TV, example say MTV, or you can also download it from the internet. But what is happening to the music industry now? The music industry is facing a crisis or a threat from digital revolution. What is this threat? Now to enjoy any songs, you only need to have an internet connection. Rather than buying expensive CD or cassettes from music stores, one can easily download digital music from a website on the internet free of cost. The music industry is already under threat due to FM, radio. Imagine if internet allows you to download all the music sitting at home, what would be the fate of the music industry? Now coming on to print media. India ranked first in the world in terms of newspaper circulation with nearly 330 million newspapers circulated daily in the year 2011. According to the data released by Registrar of Newspapers, the total number of registered newspapers in India is 82,237, of which 4,853 are newspapers were registered during 2010 and 11. The largest number of newspapers and periodicals registered were 32,793 in Hindi than any other Indian language. The second largest number of newspapers and periodicals during 2011 was in English, totaling to 11,478. The total circulation of newspapers in all the languages stood at 32 crore 92 lakhs 4,841 as against the figure of 30 crore 88 lakh 16,563 copies in the year 2009 and 10. The highest number of newspapers were published in Hindi, totaling to 7,910, followed by English 1,406. In Urdu, there were 938 publications, in Gujarati 761, in Telugu 603, Marathi 521, Bengali 472, Tamil 272, Oriya 245, Kannada 200 and Malayalam 192. According to the report, in terms of circulation, Hindi newspapers continued to lead with 15 crore 54 lakh 94,770 copies, followed by English with 5 crore 53 lakh 70,184 copies. Urdu press sold more than 2 crore 16 lakh copies of the papers. There has been a massive rise in the readership of newspapers in recent years because of the rise in the rate of literacy and large-scale migration of people from rural to urban areas. The needs and interest of the readers or subscribers of the newspaper in small towns and villages are different from those in the cities. The regional and local newspapers have adopted a style of local news in a different manner that now includes special editions from different districts or regions. Some examples are Malayalam Manorama, Enadu, and they also adopt new marketing strategy to promote readership among people. What are these new strategies? These new strategies include door-to-door marketing, readers survey, discount on annual subscriptions, consumer contact, programs, gift offers and readership research. The modern mass media in India operates in a very formal institutional structure, and it is quite well responding to the needs of the clients in a very efficient manner. Although it was thought that the rise and spread of electronic media will lead to the decline in circulation and impact of print media, however, the print media has been able to retain its charm. In some cases, in fact, it is expanding. Although the relevance of printed word is limited to literate population, yet with the rising levels of literacy, its popularity is rising. Print media is also catching up fast with changing times and demands of people. The quality and content of printing is also undergoing major transformation and is responding to people's choice for quality and improvement in printed word. Now, let us discuss television. Television also has undergone major structural transformations in the last 2 decades, since when the pace of globalization has accelerated in India. In 1991, there was one TV channel, Doordarshan, which was under the control of the state. In less than 10 years, that is by 1998, there were almost 70 channels. Earlier, Doordarshan was the only channel we could watch. Since arrival of private channels and cable TV, the situation has changed. Now, we have a choice of multiple channels showing wide variety of program and many types of news items to us throughout the day, which is called as 24/7. By the year 2000, while Doordarshan expanded to over 20 channels, there were around 40 private television networks that were broadcasting TV programs. The satellite television in India arrived with coverage of Gulf War by the American news channel Cable News Network CNN. Zee was the first privately owned Hindi satellite channel of India. Zee TV was established when an Indian company signed an agreement with Hong Kong based Star, that is Satellite Television Asian Region. Although the agreement did not last long, but it opened the doors for new channels to enter into Indian market. Many regional channels broadcasting programs in regional and local languages also came into being during this time. For instance, Asia Net in Malayalam, Sun TV in Tamil, Gemini and Enadu in Telugu. Since then, there are famous television channels almost in all major Indian languages such as Marathi, Bengali, Kannada, Urdu, etc. And every major channel has its regional version or channels like Star in different languages. With changing times, Doordarshan also started channels in regional languages. Along with diversification in languages, the channels have also diversified in terms of program types. Like almost every channel now has a sports channel, news channel, cinema, entertainment and education related channel. For example, Doordarshan has DD News, DD Sports, DD National, DD Gyan Darshan, etc. Likewise, there are different channels of Zee, Star and Sony as well. India now has over 134 million households with television sets, of which over 103 million have access to cable TV or satellite TV, including 20 million households being DTH, direct to home subscribers. As a student of sociology, we should explore the ways in which media and communication, particularly television, influences people, especially the young children and young people. TV viewing is a major source of entertainment and education and information for majority of people in India. We agree to that. Television has changed the lifestyle of people. The influence of TV can be seen in the changing thinking and behavior patterns among people. Television has brought about revolutionary change in the way things are perceived and organized in our society. The exposure to other cultures, information and idea about their lifestyle has challenged many of the traditional practices that we had been following. The impact of media in this way is both positive and negative. But we must be careful while analyzing the context or the particular setting in which we are trying to understand this impact. Through TV, we come to know about events and happenings all over the world. But how much of TV viewing is good for both physical and mental health? This is something we need to think about. What kind of programs and contents are good for people, especially children and young ones, is a major issue of discussion these days. There are many arguments worth considering here, such as the aggressive and violent behavior shown on TV has a negative impact upon children. Children, their young minds, particularly tend to accept these acts as normal and natural forms of behavior without understanding their relevance in the context. Same is the case with acts of drinking or smoking. For example, if a role model or a hero does it in a program, then it is considered to be normal and desirable. There are also shows that promote discrimination, reinforce gender inequality and rude behavior. Advertising on TV too promotes unhealthy eating and drinking habits among people and children. Although advertising is a different subject of study, but it still comes as part of media. They also set standards very high which may not be able to be reached by many common households. The difference between aspiration and achievement then becomes a source of tension for many people. Thus, it is very important to understand that how much and what kind of content in media is having what kind of impact upon people. Continuous watching of TV also has its health implication. It affects human health in many ways. Couch potato is a term usually used to refer to those who watch too much of television. For interest, you can discuss these issues with your friends, teacher, family friends and other people and try to figure out what is their opinion on TV viewing. If there is a difference in general responses, try finding out what are the reasons behind these differences. And do you see responses changing with the age group you talk to? That is, young ones promoting or watching TV more as compared to the elder generation. Unlike TV, radio does not have an advantage of having a visual impact. Yet, radio is a popular source of entertainment. We have discussed the role of radio in the process of development in the years after independence. Again, like other forms of mass media, radio also underwent massive transformations in terms of structure and content in the last 20 years. With entry of private radio channels, the nature and content of program changed. In order to keep audience attracted, radio channels developed various entertainment programs like live talk shows, where they call callers or take people live on radio, and entertainment and music programs. The most popular programs on radio are the countdown shows where top 10 to 20 songs are played from latest movies. Radio too has changed with advent of FM. FM has changed the conventional radio listening among urban people. Radio Mirchi, Radio City, Red FM, FM Gold are all examples of 24/7 radio channels constantly engaged in providing information and entertainment to people. Of late, there has been a news update every hour on all the channels to keep audience updated about the happenings happening all over the world. Radio jockeys, popularly called as RJs, crack jokes and also provide you healthy entertainment with latest songs and shows. Thus, mass media such as TV, radio, print media, newspaper, magazines, etc. and means of communication happen to be an inseparable aspect of our daily life. We cannot imagine our lives and daily activities complete without these means of communication. Since the invention of these means of communication, there has been a constant development in their nature and structure. Although they have their advantages and disadvantages in the way they influence the people, and there are debates about it, but despite all these debates, media is an essential part of our public and private lives. The presence and impact of media is enormous, and we cannot capture it in a small time. We experience it in everyday life. In this chapter, we have attempted to look only at the sum of the aspects and essential dimensions of mass media. Let us summarize quickly what we have discussed in the whole chapter. We had divided this chapter into 6 parts. In this chapter, we have attempted to learn about mass media and modern means of mass communication. We discussed about types of mass media, their features. We learnt about their history and rise of modern mass media. We discussed about functions and role of mass media in our society. We discussed about the difference between traditional and modern means of mass communication and mass media. In the later parts of the chapter, we discussed about modern mass media in India as it was introduced by the British. What was the nature of mass media during the time of the colonial rule? We discussed about the nature and role of print media, particularly the newspapers, and about TV and radio during the British Raj and then after independence. And finally, how they have grown, emerged and changed according to the changing times, particularly in the era of globalization in the last 20 years. I wish you enjoy reading this chapter. Thank you.